Jai Jain everyone, welcome to the 8th day, right, for the Lakshana ji. Today is the day of Tyag Dharma. Very interestingly, the Tyag Dharma is about giving up. But could there be an instance that not picking things from around us can also attribute to this Tyag Dharma? We're going to learn some very interesting facts. So join your hands, take a deep breath. नमो अरिहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयरियाणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोय सब साहुणं ऐसो पंच नमो यारो सब पावपणासिनो मंगलाणं च सवेसिं परमं हवै मंगलम. Jai Jinendra. In very simple form, in order to understand the tyag or the letting go or the giving up quality that is within us, we must remember what is it which is worth giving and what is it which is worth, it would be worth if we are not picking up from our surroundings. So, any guess what is really worth keeping for life? Who's going to answer that? Hiti, go.
Well, keeping, I don't think this is correct, but like keeping our soul, like having our soul stay true. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but always following the right.
I know where you're going, but go very simple. What is it which is worth keeping for your life?
Well,
Namrata already told everyone, right? The car, the house, the degrees, all of these are gonna, you can take it with you for your next lifetimes, right? But there's something that you can take with you.
Your like, it's like your karmas. You take it with you everywhere, but you don't want to keep it with you.
I know, but what kind of karmas you want to take? You're very close.
AKPs.
Okay. I know AKPs is what the answer. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one. So the only thing worth keeping in this life is your good qualities. The qualities and the good qualities are these qualities which you are constantly working towards, your highest versions, right? iPad have and iPhones have versions. Version 6, version 7, XS, X7. It's everything is improving, then why not us? Right? Think about it. So every single year, we should have one quality added to us. So by the time we turn 80 years old, we would have at least 70 qualities with us, minimum. Right? Imagine that, dying with those 70 qualities, 70 qualities. Oh my God, your next birth is going to be phenomenal. And don't even wait for the next birth. With your qualities, this world right now where you're living is gonna be an absolute wonderful world to be with, because every single person would be respecting you for your qualities. Imagine how that would feel. Everyone with me? Give me a thumbs up. So the only thing worth keeping is our qualities. Now the answer to the second question is absolutely easy for you to guess. What is it which is not worth picking? Not worth picking. Prasham.
Our bad qualities and our karma.
Absolutely. Not our bad qualities. We develop bad qualities because of our surroundings and the situations. We pick it up from our environment, right? So if we don't pick those things up and we don't saturate it inside us, so that means that we are also doing a tyag dharma. So the tyag, I have told you two aspects. Number one, constantly maintaining your good qualities and constantly picking up from everywhere so that you can constantly find your own higher versions. Always try to find what is your higher version and always increasing in your attributes and qualities. And number two is not picking up any bad quality. These two things are absolutely the very basics of the Tyag Dharma, right? So letting go of your insecurities, letting go of your fears, all this is like letting go thoughts related with the tyag, and then giving up. What are you giving up? You're giving up not picking the bad things. You're giving up not picking the lower versions of your. Who wants to degrade themselves to a lower version? Come on. Nobody wants to do that. Correct? Everyone wants the next best version of things. So why not us? Why don't we become our next best versions every single year? Does that make sense? Yes, absolutely. Okay, very beautiful thing today on the Art of Living class. For the Alochana part, we have covered quite a lot of things. I will be taking a short revision last day. But today we're gonna see what are the other things. So we are talking about micro sensitivity, how at a micro level we can live a very, very life which is full of kindness constantly. Our thought process should always be of kindness. Then we can live the highest purpose life. So let's see what the poet who has written the Alochana part is saying. Okay, he's talking first about, I'm going to repeat the lines and then tell you the meaning. Nidravasha shayana karai supne madhi dosh lagai, which means that when we are sleeping, in our sleep state, who thinks you are really sleeping? And exactly what is sleeping and what is not sleeping? If your answer is that someone is awake.
Wait, so you're basically never sleeping. Like, if you close your eyelids, your eyes are still up.
Okay, you're going at very, very physical level. But okay, who's going to talk to me? Who is sleeping and are you really sleeping? Are you really sleeping? First, answer me that. Yes, of course. What is sleeping? The conscious mind. And are you sleeping or are you dreaming? That means in your dreams, someone is active. That's your subconscious mind, right? So, but you're not divided into conscious and subconscious. You are one part. You have the conscious, subconscious running together right now until the subconscious completely becomes the conscious mind. And there's a way to do that. But the subconscious mind leads us into dreams. And you know what? Even if we are not really eating ice creams or we are not really hurting anyone, not others or ourselves, but in our dreams, we are having these ghostly dreams or we are having these nightmares and we are having any kind of dreams. Say, we are having dreams of fighting with someone or saving someone, anything you can imagine. The karma particles don't stop there. We are still acquiring loads of karma particles despite our conscious mind is sleeping. We think we are not really doing it, but we are doing it. And sleep, if you are thinking, if you are watching yourself that you are walking, but you're not really walking, but while you're walking, you're not taking care of the beings on the ground. So that karma particles get attached to us. So in the sleep, every single thing that we do, the karma particle process acquisition is still on. Yes, Siti, what's your question?
Let's say you have a good dream, like you have a dream that you're gonna be Bhagwan in your next birth, or anything like that. You have a good, a positive dream like that. Is that still bad?
Hiti, what is the percentage of such dreams? I got you. I got you. Very rare, Hiti. Trust me, I know it. Like past few days, I never get dreams. I somehow never get.
So I don't get dreams anymore.
Yeah, but there are times when suddenly, out of nowhere, the dreams just get triggered on, and when it just turns on, I mean, of course, you cannot control it because your subconscious, it's your subconscious mind. The conscious mind is sleeping. You can't control it, but every single time we are in this state of the subconscious mind is active, whether we know about it or we don't know about it. The subconscious mind is pretty much active, and we are acquiring all these karma particles even in our sleep states. So there's not even one single moment when the karma particles don't stop getting attracted towards us.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Not even a single moment for us. Yes, Sunidhi.
So are you saying that if we hurt something or do something bad in our dreams, we'll still get attracted with karma particles?
Yes, Beta, absolutely right. Yes.
So all those nightmares I have, when I was really little, now that I'm scared of the dark, it's all because I'm still either way.
You know what? The fact is that the subconscious state of our mind is a reflection of our conscious mind. For example, there is a small thing that might scare you, but in your dream, you will feel that you're become a super powerful woman and you're trying to combat that, fear, and you're going to fight it out. And so it pretty much happens opposite to what your conscious mind is dealing with. And then the subconscious mind, because it has all the power, it tries to gain power over anything that it wants to, like try to put down by itself. So yes, but everything that we are doing, even in that unconscious state, is completely the state of attracting the karmic particles.
You can't control it.
Yes, Vivan says that you cannot control it. Absolutely, you can control it. Muni Maharaji, they control their sleep. Absolutely. Do you know that Muni Maharajis don't sleep? Yes. No, they just give rest to their body just for a couple of hours, but they have a very, very superficial kind of, they just lie down to allow the body to rest, but they are not never in deep sleep. So if you remember, we had done the Tarshna Varne Karma particles. We had talked about the sleep states. There are 5 types of sleep states, right? The deep sleep, normal sleep state, then the deep sleep state. Then there is the sleep state where you have some, the lard coming out from your mouth when you're very tired. Then there is a sleep state when you're so tired that you just can't control, and wherever you sit, you can just take a nap and browse in your sleep. Then there is a sleep state where you can do sleepwalking also. We have covered all those things before also. But in each of these sleep states, the karma particles we are constantly attracting, maybe even more, because in conscious state, we can at least control what we are doing. But in the subconscious state, we cannot even control. Imagine, that's a fact. So today I'm going to share loads of facts with you. And this is known as microsensitivity, so that you are aware of what's happening with you and how much self-realized you can become with these facts. The second one, फिर जागी विषय बंधायो नाना विध विष फल खायो. And now when we wake up from our deep slumbered sleeps, right? When we wake up, what do? We run, oh, I'm so hungry, please, can I eat something, right? What are we doing? It's not just about eating, but we want to get these pleasure state from our senses. So we want to do what we like to see. We want to do what we like to hear, right? When we wake up, that's what we do. We want to speak whatever we feel like speaking. So with all these 5 senses, we are constantly, again, a next step, attracting so many loads and loads of karmic particles there. But the thing is that the karmic particles that we are attracting, because it is unaware, it is not with clarity, it is a load of them are the unsupportive kinds, and which is covering up the soul with sheets and sheets of mud over it, sheets and sheets of oil over it, so difficult to pull it out. So this is us, how we are living our life. But at least now we know about this, we can pay conscious attention to what we are doing. Just seeing yourself do it is a different thing, but doing it is a different thing. Does that make sense? If I am driving a car, right? I'm just doing the act. That's it, period. That's what most of the time we are living our life like that. But while I'm driving, I'm conscious that I am driving and the car is being driven through me. That kind of conscious attention, if I give, that means I have separated myself from my actions. And we need to do that constantly. So you need to watch yourself doing these things. That moment will give us more opportunities for self-realization. And that is the reason I have called this chapter as microsensitivity, right? We can become so sensitive that we can actually watch ourselves through our emotions and what we are doing, actions and our speech. Okay, next fact. Ahar vihar nihara inme nahi jatan vichara. Ahar means food, the food we eat. Rarely we check whether the food was prepared properly. There are no, flies moving around it. There are no ants around it. Did we keep it clean one day before when we were doing the atta kind of things? Was everything taken care? Now, in-house, you may take care. But how about when you're going and dining outside? Do you really know how they made the food? No, you don't know. So that's one of the coarsest places where we can attract so much of our unaware, unalert state. And the more unalert we are towards these things, what are we going to attract in return? It's a boomerang. What we are going to attract is again the same unawareness, more ignorant states. Yes, Vivan is asking, is that the reason why we do daslakshan? Beautiful question. And I would say, Vivan, absolutely yes. I think we all will say yes, right? These 10 days, we are so alert, so aware. right? We don't even use masala and the pisawa masala from one day before, right? From a few days before, from months before. Everything we are cooking right in front of us with our own hands, making sure that the water is also coming through our hands. And how much, I mean, we can save other beings from hurt and harm even while cooking. So yes, absolutely. The Dastakshan Dharma gives us that amazing, amazing opportunity to do the right kind of thing. Vihar means when we are traveling, do we really see whether we are stepping on the insects or not? Is there a small spider down there? We don't really realize what's happening. When we are in a haste, we are running. And in that haste, there could be many, many organisms that might get hurt. Yes, everyone? Agreed? Absolutely. So Vihar, also think about wearing shoes and running around with the shoes, right? Because in the shoes, you can't even feel if there are insects crushed under our shoes. How about traveling with the cars and everything? We So in India, I know a lot of people, even I tried it, a lot of people do this Das Lakshanji, they don't even touch any vehicles because the tires, you don't know which being can get killed under the tires of a vehicle. So they give up the tires also. So make sure that no beings are really hurt and killed, specifically when I'm doing the Dharmdhan and I don't want anyone to get hurt while I'm doing the highest. Like I'm trying to raise my vibration, right? My version, my next version. So why would I want to do something which will degrade my version? So these 10 days we do it. Nihara means bath. When we are taking bath and we are getting ready for ourselves, we are preparing ourselves. Very interesting. We really don't know what we don't know. That's the case. We don't know where this water is coming, if the water tank, where the water is saved by the government, how they save it. Are there many times don't we hear that the tank was stopped for a few days because they found a rat inside it? So, like we really don't know what's happening out there. We are just trusting the government that they will give us the right kind of water. But the best way actually is maybe one day I'm also going to try like save your own water from the rainwater, from the snow water, and then use that water for the other for your bathing and other purposes in your lifestyle. Yes, Sunidhi.
But like the rainwater, it probably has even more jeeves, right?
Oh, interesting question, Sunidhi. No, the rainwater is the purest water. It is the purest form of water. And for a month, actually, over a month, you can keep the rainwater and it will have no jeev inside it. It's absolutely, completely pure. Yes, Agamya.
So, like, you mean snow water, like when it melts? But
Yes.
then, like, when
Generally,
snow
you know what I have started doing, Agamya? When the snow comes in, I take like big tapelas, like big pots, like 4 or 5 of them, and then I collect so many snow, like with all those, the drastic weathers, so much collection of snow. And then I can actually make like one big bunny full of pure water. That water is so pure that छानने की भी जरूरत नहीं, इतना pure होता है वो water. Get it? Right. So next one. बिन देखी धरी उठाई बिन शोधी वस्तु जो खाई, which means that अपन जैसे ये बुक है, ये बुक को उठाकर अपने टेबल पर फटाफट दूसरी जगह रख दी, right? Do we know कि वो दूसरी जगह जहां पर रखा है, where we have placed the book, there are no beings there, or there could be minute beings that we cannot see with our eyes? Have you seen Muni Maharaj ji, anyone, how they pick up and keep their books? They have this instrument, right, known as pichi, the feathers of the peacock. So what they would do, like when they pick up the book, then they swipe it with the soft feathers so that no being is hurt, and then they and they also swipe the place where they're going to keep it, then they keep it down. So it's a very, very sensitive process. So imagine, but do we really even pay attention to that? At least we should know, right, that there are so many beings that we don't even know, we can't even see with our eyes. So we can definitely take care of them by just removing from the surface on the side and then keeping our books. And if we have so many webs in our, if we don't keep our clean spaces, what happens? The spider webs develop, right? And then we have to remove the spider constantly and again do the harm to the being. All the time it has to create the web again. So If you keep it constantly clean, the spiders won't even come there. Clear? So we need to see how this needs to be tackled. And then it comes बिन देखी धरी उठाई बिन शोधी वस्तु जो खाई. For example, we bring the fruits from the stores. Sometimes we are in such a rush, we would just wash it for a temporary wash it and just start gobbling up the apple or the bananas down our throat, right? We may not even properly cleanse them. And nowadays it's so important because there's so many pesticides and so many, not just pesticides, but actually there could be so many, there could be so many, I know I've seen it in the videos that if you put this apple into the salts and water, the little beings which have peeked inside the apple, they start coming out like small worms. So we need to really take care of things, and we need to dispose the beans in the right space. If you find a danduri or a worm, make sure you pick it up nicely and then put it outside your house or wherever you want to put it, nicely protected, so that you know that it is safe and it can go to crawl to a more safer space, right? I know there's one of my friends who picks up these worms that come out during the rainy season. Loads of worms on the street, you must have seen it. So every time she takes a walk, she would pick up each worm and put it on the side, pick up each worm and put it on the side. And all her walk, she would constantly keep on doing it. But that's interesting. But we need to pay attention to these beings which are around. If we see them, please be kind, take care of them properly. Right? We all do that because our moms have also taught us the same way. Next one. Tabhi parmad satayo bahu vidhi vikalp upajayo. So parmad is the unalert state. So when we are doing all these things, what are we doing? We are being careless, right? If you're not taking care of things around us, not properly washing, not properly placing, picking things, all these things are known as unalert state. So during that unalert state, we have loads of, vikalp means kar to liya, but you feel guilty later on, like why did I do it? Why I could have saved time and done it properly. You always feel at the back of the mind, like, yeah, my table is really messy, I remember that. I know there is a spider web right there in the kitchen someplace, some area. So we know that, right? So that unalert state leads us to those moments of that steal away our awareness, more and more moments that steal away our awareness. And then kuch sudipati nahi rahi hai mithamati chai. Then we just do so many acts like this, and what happens is we become more ignorant in return, right? We have chosen ignorance. We don't want to pay attention to these things. What will come back to us? Again, the same thing. We'll become more and more ignorant, right? And we know that ignorance is not a good thing. We need to know things, right? Our main quality is to know and realize. So, Maryada tumdigalini tahu me do sujukini. So, Maryada means everything has a shelf life, right? After the shelf life, we should not consume things. So, similarly, there's like a complete list for the Jain things. Like everything needs to be consumed in a proper time duration, like maybe 7 days for the crushed peppers and the masalas that we put in our food. So everything has gotten up. The water we drink 24 hours, and if you put a long inside it, it can be lengthened to a few more time. The milk that we drink, everything has got a shelf life in it, plus the shelf life that comes from the market. Always remember and always watch these shelf lives. Never consume food beyond their shelf lives. So we should not cross remember the other day I told you that if banana or fruits have changed its color, it's not supposed to be eaten, right? Its shelf life has expired. Now there's no nutrition left. Do not eat such things. So we need to take care, and it's going to damage because that means that loads of little beings have started growing inside it, which are decaying, which are making that banana decay furthermore. We cannot just scoop out that little portion and eat the rest. No, let it decay, just put it aside. Okay, so भिन्न भिन्न अब कैसे कहिए तुम ज्ञान विषय सब पहिए. So the poet is saying that every single thing, minutest detailed things that we are doing is we need to have awaken our micro sensitivity in these areas, right? There would be so many things by yourself you would be doing, right? And you can think about it and pay more attention, pay more conscious attention. Trust me, haste is waste is absolutely true. It's not just waste, but I would say haste is being unkind. Whenever we are in a hurry, whenever we don't have time for things, whenever we don't pull out time properly for things, right? And in that moment we would always be in haste. And trust me, in the haste time, we are being unkind to many such tiny little beings which we could have paid more awareness and attention towards. And not just that, our alert state is our winning state. Don't lose it. Being a human being, the biggest achievement we have got is our alert state. And it is only because of alertness we are able to do the tyag dharma, right? We are able to give up and let go things. It's because of our alertness and awareness. If you let go your alertness and awareness, we're not going to get the human birth again. What are we going to get back into? Maybe microorganisms, right? Or maybe even different kind of lower births. So the most utmost importance to retain your human birth, our human birth, is making sure that our micro sensitivity lenses is super high on, even if we are doing it, but realizing that we are doing it will take us one step further, that one day we will get the courage to take proper steps and not do these things. Everyone gets it? Yes? Interesting facts for everyone? Perfect. You didn't know about the sleep I shared today? Okay, nice. So, but keenly observe the conduct of a Muni Maharaj. You observe the conduct of Arika Mataji. You will see so many things. Remember the story I told about Shiva Sagarji Maharaj, that just when he was crossing the door, right, the door, and his foot got hurt, he started chanting Namokar mantra prashit. Why did he take the prashit? Because he told me he took the prashit because he was unalert, he was unaware of, and he could not make a judgment how high the rim was, and his foot got hit on it, right? And that's why he took the, not because someone else hit it or something else. No, he took a pressure inside himself that no, it was my unalert state which made me do it. So please, every single time we feel it, we were unalert about things, at least do a prashit. We can pause in that moment and do 9 times Namokar mantra at least. Many such things come. We just sit and we just keep on moving our hands and our feet, or we start twirling around with our because this is known as very subtle kind of activities, but it is useless activities, and that also leads to loads of harm to the beings around us, and also take away our alertness and our awareness. So we need to pay loads and loads of attention to every aspect of things that we do in our life. Perfect. Give me a thumbs up for today. Absolutely. Anyone has any questions for me? Okay. I want you to share some of your facts. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday, right? So you got to share with me your special micro sensitivity lenses, what new facts you came up with. Please, I would really appreciate that. There may be many points that I would have missed out. I took just a few of them just to put your awareness into certain things. But let's see if you can put your microsensitivity lens on and see and realize more things than what we have shared. See where your alertness is lost. See where your awareness is lost. Check it out, right? And talk to me tomorrow. Okay? So join your hands. Take a deep breath. Okay, I want Prasham is there today. Prasham, Namokar mantra.
Namo Arihantanam, Namo Sedhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Lui Savasahunam, Eso Panchanamaya Sava Pava Panashno, Manglanam Chasavisim, Paramam Havai Mangalam.